Hello, my dear viewers, and welcome back to day 6. Let's get started. Okay, so before we begin with the review, I want to address the so-called debunkings in air quotes of this death battle, because I've seen quite a few of these debunkings and they are extremely bad and show a severe lack of understanding of what these people are talking about. So the first big thing I want to get out of the way is for all you people that have been trying to debunk Ganon versus Bowser, stop using Dreamy Bowser, stop mentioning Giga Bowser, stop mentioning anything from the RPG series. None of that shit is canon. If you're gonna try to do power scaling or you're gonna try to debunk anything versus related, you should know one of the basic rules is no non-canon material. Okay? The fucking tennis games, the Mario RPG series, including Mario and Luigi, which includes Bowser's Inside Story and Dream Team. Those games are not canon. In one of the Paper Mario games, Luigi found the book that contained the Mario and Luigi RPG story, okay? They're just spin-off games that have nothing to do with the main canon, so please stop bringing that up. And also, in regards to the people that keep constantly complaining about the Ganondorf can only be killed by holy weapons thing, apparently I'm going to have to address this because it's the main point they bring up, because they try to say that this is a no-limits fallacy. Now, I do concede to an extent that Death Battle did a very shit job at explaining this. They said that he can only be hurt or killed by holy weapons and silver weapons. However, that is not necessarily true. Yes, other weapons can technically hurt him, like the Bigoron sword and stuff like that, but it will not ever kill him. People try to use Ocarina of Time as an example of non-holy weapons being able to hurt Ganondorf, and while they are technically right, what they misunderstand is in Ocarina of Time, you still need the Master Sword to kill Ganon at the end of the day. Let me give you an example. Heracles from the Fate series. Due to Heracles' God Hand ability, he can only be killed by rank A noble phantasms, and pretty much nothing else will kill him. Now, does this mean that only rank A noble phantasms can kill him? No. Now, if you are strong enough, like if you have the power of a rank A noble phantasm, although this is very difficult to calculate and I won't get too deep into it, it can technically injure him, but it won't necessarily kill him. It's not necessarily guaranteed. And I have heard people try to say that, well, you're gonna try to tell me that Bowser still can't hit Ganon hard enough to kill him? That is a fucking mentally retarded point on so many levels. Like, even if you could somehow argue that Bowser could hit Ganon hard enough to kill him, that's not the point, because that's not how Ganondorf operates. Ganondorf is more than just a monster. He is more of a entity. He is more of a abstract concept. He is the embodiment of the hatred of the Demon King himself, who swore that a manifestation of his hatred would haunt Link and Zelda until they were killed. And even Breath of the Wild goes deeper to explain that Ganondorf is more of a concept than anything else. He is a calamity. So to assume that you could just kill such a being by just saying, oh, well, if you punch it hard enough, that'll kill him. No, that is a stupid, dumb shit ass point, and you are retarded if you've ever made such an argument. Now, let me explain this. Ganondorf has the Triforce, which grants immortality. And so long as Ganondorf has this Triforce of power, he is essentially unkillable. A lot of people don't seem to bring up that Ganon has resisted holy weapons and holy magic before. We saw this in Twilight Princess, where they attempted to execute Ganondorf and it didn't work. He resisted a holy weapon being driven into his heart and killed the people responsible for trying to execute him. And then you also take into account that Medea literally disintegrated him into tiny little molecules, and he still came back like nothing even happened. Don't try to tell me that Bowser, without any kind of holy weapons or magic, could kill Ganondorf. It's not going to happen, because you would have to somehow take the Triforce of Power away from him, like in Twilight Princess, just to kill him. And before you say anything, in Ocarina of Time, they did not kill Ganondorf. All they did was seal him away, and he ended up coming back anyway. So, stop. And even if you did somehow get rid of the Triforce of Power and killed him, guess what? Just like with Link and Zelda, the motherfucker is going to reincarnate. So long as the bloodline of Link and Zelda remains, Ganondorf will never truly die. Please understand that to anyone who is trying to debunk this, okay? I cannot stress this enough. And if you come in my comment section being stupid, I will make another video explaining why you are stupid. Got it? Now, let's get to the review, which this death battle, once again, was fucking garbage. It was pretty bad. The first thing I have to get out of the way is the thing you probably know I'm already going to complain about. The fucking trendy matchup. How many times am I going to have to get on your case about this death battle before you finally get it through your thick skulls? Stop with this bullshit of, oh hey, there's some kind of rivalry we can exploit. Or hey, let's have some comic book universes go at each other. Let's have Nintendo characters kill each other. It's not as interesting as you think. Smash Brothers beat you to this shit a long ass time ago, death battle. Okay, Nintendo characters fighting each other is not as big of a deal as you think. We see it in Smash all the time, way before your little show came into existence. So stop thinking that this is a big deal, because it's not. Now, sure, I won't deny there may have been some people out there that were genuinely curious of, well, who would win, Ganondorf or Bowser? But even with that being said, I still don't think this is a good matchup, and I still don't like the whole trendy aspect of this of, well, they're both Nintendo characters, so have them kill each other. I just don't think it's all that interesting. There's probably much better opponents you could have had for these two characters, and you even fucked this up later down the line by having Ganondorf fight Dracula. Why can't you guys just get it right? I swear, if Bowser ever comes back, you'll probably fuck up his second run on Death Battle 2. But the matchup was bullshit. The fight, really, really fucking stupid. What the fuck were they thinking? Like, sure, some of it was okay, I guess, but what really got to me was that whole tennis match bullshit. Okay, Death Battle. Do you not understand that the reason why Link is able to bat Ganondorf's magic back and forth like it's ping pong is because Link has a sword that is specifically designed to be able to repel certain types of magic, such as energy and holy magic? You can't actually just bat away Ganon's magic with a fucking tennis racket. That is fucking stupid, Death Battle. What were you going for with that? Did you think it would be cool, or did you think it would be funny? What were you trying to go for, other than it being stupid and it dragging out the death battle much longer? Because one thing I noticed while editing, this is probably one of the longest death battles they've ever done. Now, I don't know if it's the longest, because if I remember correctly, Goku versus Superman is the longest death battle they ever did. But why is this shit almost 5 minutes long? I think if you add it up, this whole fight is about 4 minutes long, or close to 4 minutes long. Why is it so long? Oh right, because he felt the need to put in stupid shit like this to drag out the fight that doesn't really add anything to the fight. So, what the fuck were you thinking on that one, Death Battle? It just makes it to where I can't take the fight seriously. And there's just so much repetitive bullshit in the fight. The whole back and forth with the fucking magic. Bowser trying to hit Ganon with something only for it to immediately backfire on him. Like, Jesus Christ almighty, this is a mess. And the analysis was fine, I guess, but there were some fuck-ups, and I'm going to go over them here. Why is it that you mentioned the whole Deku Tree situation? Okay, based on what I remember, Ganondorf was not responsible for what happened to the Deku Tree. That was Goma that was responsible for that. Yeah, Ganon technically created Goma, but Ganon himself did not use his magic to do what he did to the Deku Tree. So I don't know why you decided to use that as one of your arguments for, well, he would have just cursed Bowser to be able to just bring him down to a dry bones. If you were gonna do that, why didn't you just have him become a dry bones when Ganon threw him into the lava? You could have just used the excuse that it was super lava, and he could have turned into like gigantic dry bone Bowser or something. No one would have had a problem with that. But instead, you have to take shit out of context just to make your fight work, because I guess you thought it would be cool to have Ganon kill Bowser from the inside out. Sure, that may have been a neat concept when you wrote it down, but in execution, it looks stupid, and you make yourselves look stupid by taking certain information out of context just to even have your stupidity work. And like I said, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to call bullshit on the results, but no, the results were not bullshit. I have had people try to say that, well, Bowser would win because he's faster. Okay, even if you want to argue that Bowser is light speed, guess what? Ganondorf is light speed as well. He can dodge light arrows at point blank range without even looking. Also, even if Bowser was somehow faster, even if you could somehow prove that, Ganondorf can straight up teleport, which would invalidate Bowser's speed anyway. And I've already mentioned that Bowser, as far as my knowledge, does not technically have the means to kill Ganon. The closest I've heard to an argument is some kind of star rod thing that could possibly kill Ganon. Which, even if you want to make that argument, as long as he has the Triforce, guess what? If you remember from Twilight Princess, the motherfucker is just gonna come back anyway. So, really, Bowser does not have the means to get rid of Ganondorf, because as I've established, Ganondorf is not a monster, he's not a being, he's not a magician, he is a concept, he is a calamity, he is so much more. So, Bowser would not have had the means to kill him. There's just too many difficult ways. Okay, even Link and Zelda can't get rid of Ganondorf, no matter how hard they try. If they can't get rid of him, what makes you think Bowser can? It's just not going to happen. And The fact that you feel the need to bring in non-canon material is extremely infuriating. Please don't do that again. But overall, I just wasn't very enthusiastic about this death battle. I remember before I had my YouTube channel, I got into so many debates back when Google Plus was a thing about Ganondorf versus Bowser, and the whole thing was frustrating, and I just kept saying, I do not want them, nor did I ever want them to do this matchup, because I knew it was going to be an absolute shit show, and I was right. I still wish to this day that they never did this matchup. Like, yeah, Ganon versus Dracula was a stupid matchup, but I can somewhat understand where they were going with that matchup. At least they had a kind of cool fight. With this, the fight is a fucking mess. The results are really stupid at times, and the people trying to debunk it are also stupid because they have no clue what they're talking about. So, my final score for this death battle is going to be a 4 out of 10. It's not a complete epic failure, I suppose, but it's nothing really all that special, and I'm being extremely generous with giving it a 4 out of 10, because originally I gave it a 3 out of 10. But I guess since it's not as painful as something like Deadpool versus Big Head, at least they weren't using non-canon material, only the people trying to debunk it were doing that, and they did get the analysis right for the most part. But outside of that, this whole thing was a failure. I'm sick of the trendy matchups. I'm really sick of Death Battle's attempts at humor, because if that whole tennis thing was an attempt at humor, then it was a failure, because Death Battle, you're not very good at humor, so please just stop trying. What did you guys think of Bowser vs. Ganondorf? Do you think I'm wrong, or do you think I'm right? And I'll see you tomorrow for day 7.
Ooh, I wonder what this does. Oh, I'm gay now. Huh.